Welcome back to End of Search. I'm your host, Scott Sanders, and this is your one-stop shop for your speedy reviews and your detailed how-tos. Today is a speedy review. This is the Candery Cotton Candy making machine. I got it for about 67 bucks on Amazon. It also came with 5 sugars and 50 cones, which are your paper cones, big old bundle. These are kind of one and dones. You don't really get to reuse them a lot, but you could step your A game up. They do sell 3 sticks of these for 25 bucks, or 4 pieces. 4 sticks for 25 bucks that are glow sticks. They glow, make the whole cotton candy light up, so if you're doing a nighttime party, that'd be extra fun. But they have multiple flavors. This one's, I think, it's like strawberry, blue raspberry, grape, cherry, vanilla pink. They come in all kind of different flavors, watermelon, you almost name it, they got it. Now, the floss sugars are also 11 ounces, so about 3/4 of a pound. For you can get 10 for 50 bucks, or they have packages where you get 3 of them for 20 bucks, and also comes like 100 cones. So it's pretty cheap. Now each one of these, it says a serving size is 0.5 of a scoop, because it comes with a scoop also, and that gives you about 24 servings. So this 11 ounce is supposed to make 24 servings. Now if you find one you love, you can buy a 3-pound box of it, and they sell 3 3-pound tubs of it for, I think it's 10 bucks. So super cheap. Okay, so working this thing. There's a little switch on the side. When you flip that on, the center spins, but you can see some of the sugar that shoots out of this actually gets underneath it. Now, this little glass gets hot. It heats the bottom side of this disc. There's no holes on the side or anything like that, but it heats all the sugar up in here. So it flies up the top, centrifugal force shoots it to the wall. When it shoots it to the wall, that's where you try to pick it up. Now, sometimes it makes it underneath here, and it gets in there. So if you see this thing smoking, normally it's because there's a little bit of sugar down there that's just going to burn off. Normally it's never enough to really make a flame or anything like that, but that's what you'll see smoke. So when you're cleaning it, this is the only thing you need to clean. You take this off, has a little hole right here, you just put it right on top of that little needle, and it spins this like crazy. But when you go to spin it, make sure it's all the way down. There you go. When it's all the way down, it'll heat the bottom of it. There's not enough room to really get your finger in there, so you don't have to worry about people burning their fingers, but this part does get hot. Now, when you get this, it has teeth on it. There's little grooves in here that when you set it down, you need to twist it counterclockwise to find those grooves. That's what holds this down really good. Now, I found out when you're spinning this thing, if it doesn't have like a little grip cloth on the bottom of it or something, it can actually spin in circles. It has rubber feet. It's not supposed to do that, but it can. Now, I also found the other problem is this just barely sits on top. Nothing holds it down. So I put tape on it at 4 corners. That way I could tape it to this, because if you just set it on top and cut it on, it kind of rattles. A little annoying. So I found if you just take this tape, get it down there pretty good, the tighter the better, they'll get rid of it. Now the only other problem that I have sometimes is that when it shoots to the wall, it's a lot of cleanup. You put this thing on the edge, so I've even tried to put foil on the inside of this, thinking, oh, it can shoot it to the foil, and then later on, a little bit better, not as bad as it was. But now that that's heated up, you just pick your sugar. It's about 2 tablespoons, but they had a little scoop that came with it, but one of my kids at a party lost it. So when you pour it in here, you just want to pour quite a bit. But however much you put in, the bigger it'll get. It takes 2 tablespoons just to make a small one. So you're going to want to get it going. But I've used this a ton of times and still hasn't even gone through this one. So when it heats up, we'll start getting it hot. You have these pieces, when you pull them off, that's one. There'll be a whole bunch of them stacked at once, so don't try to do too many in one. You can pull just one out, and as it heats up, it'll shoot it to the edge. Now when it shoots it to the edge, you want to go in a circle like this to pick it up. Now also you want to twist it. If you twist it, that's how it gets fluffy and circular. Now once you get the base coat on it, just a little bit around here, then you bring it to the top and go back and forth and twist it. Because the cotton, this is called floss candy, the floss will actually grab it and it'll make it way easier once it starts grabbing itself. Now whatever it shoots to the side, because of the centrifugal force, it's going to blow the heat to the edges too. Now all the candy that gets stuck on the side ends up being rock candy, which is an also awesome treat. And I found out if you take this cotton candy, just leave it on a plate and smash it down and leave it there for about an hour or two, it turns into like a taffy candy. So see, you get like a little base layer going, then you can just stick it onto the top. But I pour quite a bit in there, so it's going to be a while before it starts heating up. But you do have to have this plastic part on, because if you don't, it won't catch it and it'll just kind of fly off the edges. Now another good trick I like to do is I take snow cones and then I add this to the top of them, like to give it hair. I call them snow trolls. Freaking amazing. But see, now you got a base coat, now it's got to go back and forth and twist it on the top. I always think I'm twisting too fast, but if you don't keep up with it, it kind of builds up and it sticks to your center disc. And if it sticks to the center disc, that's when it's a lot harder to clean up. Oh, be quiet. But who doesn't like cotton candy? This machine will definitely level you up. It'll step your game up to where all the kids, every time they show up, they're like, oh, you got cotton candy. Have another video of the little snowy machine that makes snow cones. It's awesome. But yeah, once you buy this setup and you get the little cones for like 70 bucks, it's only about, for 10 bucks you can get like 9 pounds of this sugar and make hundreds and hundreds of these. I know if you're not doing commercially, that's why I bought this, because the other machines that you can rent for birthdays, they cost like 350 bucks. They're huge, they're bulky. They'll probably make them better than this cotton candy machine will, but it's just bulky. Where are you going to put it? This thing's little tiny, it breaks down easy, it's clean, it's kind of easy, but you can see the rock salt building up in there. So you saw how much sugar I poured in there. I'd probably say it's 4 or 5 tablespoons. All right, looks like it's done. So bam. You got yourself a good little globe of blue raspberry cotton candy. So you can cut it off. And again, I put the tape on it, so it's going to be harder to get that off. But once you get that part off, you just clean this with light soap and water. And see, this is what I was talking about. You get rock candy. I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. Stuff's delicious. So thanks for stopping by. And if you think I deserve it, go ahead and smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Share this video to someone else that you think is going to need something cool like this to make their parties on the weekends a little bit better. One level up, huh? Crank it up a notch. So I'll see you next time. And another great tip, I like to take the rock salt, or nerds, I like to call it cotton-haired dandruff. Yeah, you just take the rock salt on the side, you can roll this in it, or you take some nerds and just sprinkle it on top, and now you got an extra little candy that's inside that makes it look even cooler. The more color, the better. And remember, there's no such thing as dad bods. It's a father figure.